My name is Nurashikin binti Jamuddin. My matrix number is A20A1639. I will present the background and contents of the study that our group has done. The purpose of this study is to identify the impact and challenge of the logistics industry during the COVID-19 pandemic. In our research, we have been able to improve our understanding of this epidemic, which infect the logistics system, especially in the mode of transport. As a result, we choose to research the transportation involved in the logistics industry during COVID-19. Next, I will explain the problem statement we got from the selected article, which are that the spread of COVID-19 is causing chaos in distribution around the world, with border control and custom regulation hindering the movement of logistics. Because of that, we have chosen to study how COVID-19 impact the logistics industry. As a result, the spread of COVID-19 may be reduced and distribution activity can be carried out easily and without border constraints. There are 5 research objectives that we have found. The first is to determine the relationship between ocean freight and the impact and challenge of the logistics industry. Second is identify the influence between land freight and the impact and challenge of the logistics industry. Third is analyze the relationship between air freight and the impact and challenge of the logistics industry. Fourth is examine the relationship between the export of goods and services with the impact and challenge of the logistics industry. And lastly is to find the link between logistic performance with the impact and challenge of the logistic industry. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, the next part I will explain the chapter 2, which is a literature review. In this chapter, the researcher discuss both the independent variables and dependent variables. The independent variables, which are ocean freight, land freight, air freight, export of goods and service, and also the logistic performance. And the dependent variables are the impact and challenges of logistic industry. Independent, number 1 is relationship between ocean freight and the impact and challenges of logistic industry. Global shipping has been severely impacted when it comes to sea routes and other waterways for travel and the movement of goods to other areas. As a result, crew members are less affected by the health issues that have arisen as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. All these issues have created a challenge for ocean freight since the pandemic happened. So, independent variable number 2 is land freight, relationship between land freight and the impact and challenges of logistic industry. So, the mode of transportation such as rail and roads, the major challenge for land transportation is the increase in manufacturing costs, which has made it more difficult for land travelers to deal with transportation related issues. Number 3, independent variables is air freight, the relationship between air freight and the impact and challenges of logistics industry. According to Empire 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant negative impact on air transport, posing challenges for travelers and moving goods from various locations. According to Ali and Raja, this mode of transportation has also faced challenges in terms of increasing regulation, market restriction, and airlines. Number 4 is export of goods and service. It is a relationship between export of goods and service and the impact and challenges of the logistics industry. Community mobility has been nearly stopped due to social distancing rules and border closure measures. Border closure limit export activity and may cause disruption in the transportation sector. Furthermore, it may result in an increase in port storage and terminal operating costs. The last one is logistic performance. The relationship logistic performance and the impact and challenges of logistic industry. The spread of COVID-19 has introduced in a new normal for society. The change experienced by the former or large firm necessitate the use of e-commerce to conduct business. Online technology facilitates business-to-business customer relationship. Because e-commerce activity necessitate physical distribution and delivery, transportation and logistics are critical. Online purchase are expected to rise, but they will have an impact on the logistics industry. Okay, the next part is conceptual framework. This is independent variable and dependent variable. So, independent variable, which are ocean freight, land freight, air freight, export of goods and services, logistic performance. And dependent variables is the impact and challenges of logistic industry. Next is research hypothesis from the conceptual framework. Hypothesis number 1 is the greater ocean freight transport, the positive impact and challenges of logistics industry during COVID-19. Hypothesis 2 is the greater land freight transport, the positive impact and challenges of logistics industry during COVID-19. Hypothesis 3, the greater air freight transport, the positive impact and challenges of logistics industry during COVID-19. And hypothesis 4, the greater exports of goods and services, the positive impact and challenges of logistics industry during COVID-19. The last hypothesis is the greater logistic performance, the positive impact and challenges of logistic industry during COVID-19. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Priscilla Jane Susai, daughter of Raipan. My metric number is A22B1048. Now I'm going to explain about research design. The goal of this study is to look at how research might be combine different research components utilizing a framework of strategies and methodologies to effectively address a variety of research challenges in a reasonably logical manner. To avoid an economic shutdown, policymakers have been tasked with the difficult challenge of providing unemployment benefit and health care within the constraint of the economic and financial framework. Qualitative research findings are reported. It aids in the comprehensive of concept, idea or experience. With the type of studies being undertaken, it may learn everything that needs to know about difficult to understand. Common qualitative procedure included open-ended survey questionnaire, written accounts of observation and assessment of the concept and theories in the literature. COVID-19 is the dependent variable, while the dependent variable in the studies are air transport, ocean freight, and land freight. The major purpose of the report is to determine the reliability and validity of the construct included in the study. In the situation, factor loadings were used to evaluate the factor's validity. That's all from me. Thank you.
Information needed in this study. The purpose is to gathering information and feedback from respondent. 3.2.2 measure scale. We will discuss such as nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio scale. 3.2.3 nominal scale. Ordinal data is qualitative or categorical data that may be gathered. Next is interval scale. One of most prevalent interval scale in securities was based on 5-point Likert scale variable ranking from strongly disagree and to strongly agree. 3.2.4 data collection method that the researcher uses is the questionnaire using personal IV or Google Form. Next is sampling. In this sampling, we have population of the study, sample size, sample procedure. In the sampling procedure, the sample methodologies in this inquiry were based on probability sampling approaches. It explained the random selection of the population from each individual has an equal probability of being picked and included in a sample. Next is analysis plan, that is contain data analysis method and study objective, descriptive statistic, reliability test, as well as the type of correlation used. Next is the descriptive statistic. As for this part, units and analysis will ask the gender, age, and identify. Next is reliability test, is aiming the test reliability between the independent variable and dependent variable. Last is Pearson correlation. It was applied to verify the impact and challenge of the topic. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Noziah binti Harun. My matrix number is A20A1647. Now I want to present the last part, implications and contribution to knowledge. Particular implications. Knowing the effects and difficulties faced by the logistics sector during the COVID-19 pandemic is the main goal of this study. The tendency of the negative impacts on the logistics industry can be reduced when it can address the challenges faced at a lower level. As a result, various good practices are being developed that can be adopted by policymakers and lawmakers, particularly transport operators in Asia, to improve the maintenance of health in the transport system and reduce the possibilities of user infections when travel restrictions are relaxed. Next, contributions to knowledge. From this research, it is clear that COVID-19 has an impact on all global industries. By doing primary research analysis and secondary research analysis, the research can be well understood. In conclusions, National governments must incorporate transportations and logistics that allow supply chains to be restored in the post-pandemic periods into their plans for economic recovery. Given the importance of international trades and exports in generating GDP, this is because it depends on maritime logistics to focus on its recovery. Therefore, it is important that the national governments pay attention to the support of exporters. That's all. Thank you.